Hello, hello. It's Friday. And right now it's if it's free, it's for me and you Friday because from January 7th to February 28th, 2025, it is Sale-A-Bration time. And that means freebies for you and me with every purchase in increments of $60. So you get one free item at $60, $120, you can get two, and it's unlimited. So you can go all the way up to $1 million zillion and to get all the free items that you want. So last week we talked about our designer series papers that were free. On Monday we shared the free Rainbow Celebration kit that you can get for free. And today we are going to talk about embellishments and embossing folders. So the first thing that we're going to talk about on page 10 and 11 of the Sale-A-Bration brochure. Remember, if you need one and don't have a demonstrator or would love me to be your demonstrator, you just shoot me a message, stampinqueenbee@yahoo.com, and I will be happy to send you in the mail a paper copy of our new mini catalog and our Sale-A-Bration brochure. Okay, so the first thing up today is on page 10 and 11, and it's kind of a hidden gem, pun intended, right? Because they are gems, but they are purple adhesive backed sequins. And I kind of think they're purple, pink, and white should be the name sequins because they come just like so. And you can see there is a light pink, there is an iridescent kind of white clear embellishment color. Oh, maybe that's better. You can see it, right? And then there is the, what I would call the two purple colors at the bottom that both have kind of a pinky tint to them. So we've got like this fresh freesia color and then kind of a, I would call it an in-between a berry burst and maybe like a melon mambo. There you can see the colors. So item number one today that we're going to sizzle is these new sequins. So this is free. You can't buy them. During Sale-A-Bration, with a $60 purchase, you can choose this as one of your items. You could choose paper, you could choose anything. Possibilities are so many, right? All right, the next thing we're going to talk about is our ribbon. So our ribbon, there is a ribbon this year. It's called Fresh Freesia Seam Binding Ribbon. And so it looks like this, comes on a full roll. And you can see it's kind of crinkly and it's a bit thinner, which is so nice to work with because when you're tying a bow, I've already pre-done a little bit of this, but here's a bow tied with that. And it lays because of the, because it's thin and because of that seam binding texture with the kind of wrinkling to it, right? It lays really flat when you put it to a card. So that is fun. A couple of things that you can do with this ribbon. So here is just a piece cut, right? And that is how I made this ribbon here. I just tied a bow and we got that. Now you can also take that ribbon and you can cut it down the middle so you get a thinner strip and you can tie a thinner bow with that. So that's another option. What I love is when you do that, it kind of frays up. So can you see the little phrase? So it almost gives it this little rustic look. And when I noticed that, I took a bigger piece, and if you keep working at it, you can actually really get it to fray. And you could use these little bits. You could just fray the ends of your ribbon. You know, if we tied this in, it's kind of probably too small, but if we tied this into a bow, right, and we had our bow and that was the tail, we could have kind of a rustic look to our bow tails by doing that. So a lot of fun options with this ribbon. I have some really cute cards to show you from the team swap that I did with my Happy Hive team. We did a fun swap and a lot of the girls used some of the products that we are going to talk about today. All right, and then last but not least today, what we're going to talk about is our embossing folder. So there is on page 6 and 7, there is our Starstruck embossing folder as an option. And so it looks kind of like so. So what I did, let me show you the embossing folder. Here is the embossing folder. So it's called Starstruck. Remember, you can only get these items free with your purchase. So with the new mini catalog and our new online exclusives, new kits, I mean, it's so super easy to find something you love to get these freebie items. So, and I love that there's no limit. So can you see the detail in that embossing folder? I really love that. Embossing folders add so much to our cards. I went ahead and pre-embossed some different colors because I really wanted you to see how fun these look. So here is some Lemon Lolly. Here is one of, so you know that new bokeh paper, that beautiful bouquet paper? Bokeh, bouquet, potato, however we say that, right? This is that beautiful bouquet paper. And I just embossed that. So that is using our technique from Tuesday where we embossed some designer series paper. So isn't that fun? Just gives it like the look that you maybe used your blending brushes on that or something, right? And even on the opposite side, it's still beautiful. Here is some white that I embossed. You can see it there. And you know, this embossing folder, it kind of takes on two things. Like it sort of looks like flowers and it sort of looks like a firework. So it could be kind of anything, right? Got that star in the middle, but it also could just be the middle of the flower, right? And then here is on some of our two-tone cardstock in real red. So you can just see, I can just see the 4th of July or, you know, military, you know, USA cards that we could have with this. Would be so fun. So since we're talking embossing folders, I wanted to share a couple quick techniques with this because it's so fun. So here is the real red. This is the two-tone cardstock. So you can see when you run it through, it kind of gives a bit, since it's white core, it shows a bit of that white through, which is already fun. But if we were to take, this is just a little sanding block, and just lightly go over this even a little more to just rub a bit of that red color off. So I purposely just did it on this one side because I want you to see if we purposely use the sandpaper on this embossing folder, it really will show through even more. So can you see the difference when we sanded it here? So that's just an easy, quick technique to create a little more interest to our embossing folders when we just use that two-tone cardstock, right? And a little bit of sandpaper.